Hello. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Mrs. Sassy Sunday Stream, episode number 11. I appreciate everybody showing up today to hang out for a little bit. So, anyway, let's see. Let's just report a little bit on our previous endeavors this last week. Let you know that I was a little bit salty with YouTube this past week. So, what was it? It had to have been Tuesday morning, I believe. I forget what morning. No, maybe it was Wednesday. Anyway, I woke up one morning this week and I was told by YouTube that I was given a channel warning and my number 10 stream from last Sunday was taken down. It was removed and I was given a warning, not a strike, but a warning. So I tried to appeal it, or I asked them to re-review it because I had no idea what they were talking about. And apparently I gave medical misinformation because I read a article that has to do with the coof and infertility. So you're not allowed to even read an article with information if it has anything to do with the jab. And the interesting thing was I had no idea because I thought I was just reading an article. I didn't think that I was giving misinformation if I was reading an article from Dr. Drew. And I did go into their guidelines, and you cannot speak on anything that the jab might give you as a side effect. You're not allowed to speak on that at all. That is medical misinformation. And so I really was pissed because I'm like, I could just remove the content. I'll just remove it. So I can put because it was a really successful stream in my opinion. I had a lot of I had high numbers, for a little channel like mine. And I really needed the watch hours, and the likes were really good. And it was really good for my channel. And I really liked my thumbnail, and just all went to shit. So I even contacted YouTube on Twitter and had them look at it again, and they just would not budge, and they wouldn't even allow me to take out that part and have my stream reinstated. So if you're looking on my page for Mrs. Sassy Sunday Stream number 10, it has been removed permanently by YouTube. So just be careful moving forward, you guys. You can't even read any medical information because even if you read it, it's still misinformation. Even though, ding the article that I was reading. How come I'm the one giving misinformation when I'm reading something that is out there for the public? It's allowed to be out on Twitter and all the news sources. It's on the interwebs enough for me to pull it. And it's, Dr. Drew, who is a doctor, with his, and it was also by Pfizer, by the person who was in on creating this jab. I got to be really careful. I don't want this stream taken down. What I'm trying to say is that just be careful out there. Do not talk about anything that has to do with it at all unless you are for it. If you're for it, you're fine. If you're against it, don't talk about it. So we'll see. I'm going to get a little bit into some politics today. So hopefully, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just showing things. So I don't think political stuff is as bad. I really should probably read all the terms now because whatever. But I was really pissed off because you put an hour and a half of your time and effort, and you pull articles and you do all this work just for them to take it down. It didn't sit well with me. I was very salty, very, very salty. Let's see. So let's say hi to our friends. You were here nice and early. I love you for this. Tell Cannoli Sasquatch. Great thumbnail as always. I had to tell my friend here that Mr. Cannoli Sasquatch and thumbnails are not friends. They never have been. So myself and Vex Electronica both do the thumbnails for myself. And well, I do mine, but I run them all through Vex. And she does the thumbnails for the Monday show. And then hopefully down the road, she can redo our Friday Cannoli Connection ones. But she is the thumbnail guru. She learned from Cynic and she teaches me. And it only took me 11 tries to get the current thumbnail, but I was pretty proud of it. I liked Trump being portrayed as Ken in jail. So there's my new friend, Jessica Jade. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're back. That was at 10 o'clock this morning. So hopefully you are back and hanging out with us. Jacob, hello. Good morning. There's my mother-in-law. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hi, Josh. Well, I'm so appreciative that you timed to end your workout right in time for, oh my God, Sassy Sunday service. Dude, that's a really good name too. I like that. I like that. Very nice. Very, very nice. And then there's Cassie. Hi, babe. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. My friend from across the way, Biker Mike Mars. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it is the sad state of the internet. It's just interesting. I see so many questionable things on YouTube that I feel like, I'm fine with freedom of speech. I'm really fine with everything being out there. It's okay to say how you feel. As long as you do it and you're not harmful and you're not hurting anybody. My tank top is all crooked. And I wasn't hurting anybody. I was legitimately telling you guys what I've seen. I work in the field. That's it. I work in the field. I've seen these things happen firsthand. But once again, you're just not allowed to talk about that. And so I was really bummed. Tabitha, oh, hello. Good morning. I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. I really do. So thank you very much. We're going to get into some fun topics today. We're going to kind of start off with just some fun political stuff. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be fun because I like to turn everything into something funny, So I want to start off by sharing that, I want to start off by sharing the legend. I always hit that wrong button. Yep, I did it again. I would think I could. Hey, Left Eye, how are you, buddy? How are you? How are you? No, you can't trust the science. And I was speaking from like what I've seen firsthand. Once again, this tank top is on my last nerve. I was speaking from what I've seen. I've seen it. I work in the industry. I've seen what it can do to women. And I just wanted to speak on it and read an article. But you can't because you get your stream taken down. Speaking of getting your stream taken down, Jock Nerdy, he's having trouble with Warner Brothers and his stream. For whatever reason, I don't know all the facts, but yeah, he had his taken down too. And it was right after mine was taken down. And so I was like, I feel for you. I feel for you. I mean, we're putting up stuff that, other people might enjoy. And to have all your hard work taken down with no, like I wasn't even allowed to remove, it was a small part of my stream. And I wasn't even, you did? Congratulations. I am proud of you. That is awesome. Good for you. Good for you. I wish I won my claim because I just wanted my views and my watch hours reinstated. I'm a small channel. I'm trying to get to 400 here. I really just, anyway, it really pissed me off because, my time is valuable, but I'm really glad that you won your claim. I really am. Oh, there's my better half from the other room here. Rocky the Black Dragon, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. Thank you. I wanted to, yes, I guess I am taking the internet by storm. Either that or that's what somebody said. You must be making waves. I go, I wish I was, but I'm pretty sure that it's just an AI machine looking for specific trigger words. And they found the trigger words in my article. Either that or maybe I am. Like maybe I'm making waves. And I'm okay with that too, because that's kind of what I'm here for. So hi, Jay. How are you? If you guys didn't catch our stream on Friday, the Cannoli Connection, we had Jay on over on Cannoli's channel. It was a wonderful interview. He is an amazing man doing amazing things. He's got some great things coming out. He's got a comic book. So, definitely check him out. Definitely check him out. It is called freedom of speech, but there's limitations. And that's what I get so angry about is that there's limitations. I see all these things that um, you get to speak about. I'm just waiting for like Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers. He is so heavy into Trump, which I enjoy. I love watching his Cobra Cast all last week. I enjoyed watching his Cobra Casts because I watched like the Trump, all that Trump stuff. And I enjoy it. I enjoy his takes. He is very, 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 very passionate about being a Trump supporter. And so I'm wondering how long, further we get into the election, how much he is going to, if he's going to get knocked down. Now he's a bigger channel. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I? He's bigger, but I think they're going to start cracking down on anything about the jab or anything to do with Trump. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to talk about Trump too. We'll see. I mean, but this is what's going on. Why can't we talk about stuff that's going on? He's running for president, whether the interwebs like that or not. He's running for president, and we should be able to talk about him. I'm just saying. That's all. To quote the NWO, Cannoli Sasquatch, Miss Cannoli Sasquatch, Cult Cage, Classic Cage, and everyone on this stream are just too sweet. Well, thank you very much. You're very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. I agree. I agree. So, well, thank you. I hope I'm going places. I'm trying to, get my word out there on a lot of different things that I'm passionate about, So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to keep trying. And it's a warning on my channel. I don't have the 3 strikes, so I'm going to try to be careful. But it's sad that I have to be so careful and that I can't just have freedom of speech. But it is what it is. So speaking of making waves, this right here, share screen. Here we go. This right here, the legend has returned to Twitter. So if you look down here, his last tweet was January 8th, 2021. And I love, this is big boss energy right here. I love the fact that he decides to return to Twitter after 2 years with his mugshot. I mean, dude, that is big boss energy right there. He is not screwing around. And this is right here. He don't give a fuck. And I love that about him, is that he just says it like it is. That's why a lot of people don't like him. I get it, but he gets stuff done. And I thought this was really big boss energy here. Oh, look, you got a little sub. There you go. Yes, her channel's great too. I love her channel. If you need something calming, especially after my stream where I get all sassy and hot and bothered, go over and watch her paint. She's beautiful at painting. I love it. It's very calming to watch. It's like ASMR. Definitely. Go check out her channel if you guys haven't already. But don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Trump says a lot of the things we're all thinking. Exactly. That's the thing. And he can say what he wants. I mean, he does get in trouble for it, but I mean, he don't give a fuck. He's been arrested 4 times. This is his 4th arrest. And he's like, dude, I'm still running for president. I don't give a shit. It does look like an album. I want, there's this website. So there's a lot of different sites right now that are offering t-shirts with his mugshot. I don't want the one with just like this square picture like that. I want it without that. And there's this guy, Adam Calhoun, I believe is his name. And he is like a real country Southern dude on Twitter. Nope, on TikTok. And he's got a clothing line. I should retweet it. And he's got great merch. Now, just a funny thing, Trump does have his own website and he is selling merch. Trump is selling merch, and I think that's hysterical. And he's selling his mugshot. So, yeah, there is a pink version of the t-shirt I want to, but all the ones that I've seen are just this square. And if I can pull up the other website of the one that I was looking at, I'll share it with you guys here. Hi, Gord. How are you? We are children of the earth. I tell you what, though, there's sometimes I just say, get me off this planet, because it is just, it's a hot mess. It is a hot, hot mess. You know what? I'm going to see real quick. Hang on, you guys. I'm going to see if I can find this one. This one here was, it's in my text because they were texting me, because I was going to do, here we go. Let me see. A cow clothing. Here we go. Let me share this real quick. Hold on. Let's share. Hold on. Share screen. Let's try this one. So this is him. He is very heavily spoken on my on Twitter, just supporting Trump and supporting all the things that are wrong with this country. And I think this shirt right here is pretty cool. Let's see. They only have black, which is fine. I think he's really just, into like the solid colors and stuff. But this shirt right here I thought was pretty cool. I like it without the background in it. And then there's a lot, like Geeks and Gamers is selling one that has just like the square print on it. Jeremy had a really, really cool hoodie that had kind of like, it was almost like a gradient picture, red, white, and blue of his shirt. I didn't see that available for sale. But this guy right here that I just showed you, he was in at his company that night printing these shirts. I know, sir, you are on the show tomorrow night with Cannoli. So apparently you've finished watching the movie so you can be up to snuff for tomorrow. Yes, thank you for subscribing to her channel. You will not be disappointed. It's beautiful over there. So yeah, get your shirts if you want. You know what the funny thing is, though? I usually have pretty big balls and don't give a shit what people think. But why am I afraid to wear a Trump shirt in public? Like, when I see other people do it, or the MAGA hats and stuff, I'm like, good for you. That's awesome. You're cool. But I would want to do the same thing, like a Let's Go Brandon shirt or something like that. It's like, you should not be afraid to wear something in public to support your politics. It should be okay. But I don't know. I got to get off that because I really think that it would be fun to wear my Donald Trump. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about his interview that he did with Tucker Carlson the other night. I decided to watch that first. I watched it live with DJ Cobra over on the Cobra Cast, just because it's the easiest. Sometimes when you have somebody who's streaming it, it's just easier to get it. Plus, I like the additional commentary. I like the chat and everything that's involved. So I watched it over there, and this was one of my favorite parts of it. I really enjoyed Donald Trump on Kamala Harris school bus comments. So he basically says that she says everything in rhyme. And I really did appreciate, I thought this was pretty hysterical because he's right. She does say everything in rhyme, and she never makes sense. But if she rhymes her words, I think she feels like she gets away with it. So let's play this real quick. I really enjoyed this. Let's turn this up. Okay, here we go. This is from Tucker Carlson in his interview the other night.
The way she talks, the bus will go here and then the bus will go there, because that's what buses do. And it's weird. The whole thing is weird. This is not a president of the United States future.
And so I think about this subject of our yellow school buses in that regard. Because think about it, yellow school buses are our nation's largest form of mass transit. How about that? Every day. So yes, and let's applaud because it gets to where they need to go.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
There was a clip. I thought this was the clip. I guess I pulled the wrong one, but there was a clip of him where he was really saying how she rhymes stuff all the time, and it was pretty comical. I enjoyed that, but I apparently pulled the wrong one. It's not unreasonable to be wary of what people might do while not worrying about what they think. I know it's a tough one. My favorite part is always when Cannoli forgets he has arms. I don't know what that means. Oh, Meatball. I'm going to be seeing Meatball a week from today. So I'm not going to have a stream next Sunday because Filipino Meatball's tiny human is having a birthday party. So we're going to go hang out there. Maybe the Meatball and I'll get a picture together and we'll post it on the interwebs for all you to see how short he really is next to me. I'd wear for all the LOLs. I know, I'm thinking I might have to do the same thing. I might just have to wear it for people's reactions. A good old Trump shirt. Yeah, she is peak cringy awkward. She really is. And just the way he was saying it was hysterical, but I guess I pulled the wrong clip. Hi, Bad Take Bohan. How are you? Thank you for showing up again. You were here last week. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love when I have people who return. I appreciate it. Let's see. So anyway, he was sing-songy and I thought that was funny. Let's go ahead and I really wish that was the right clip. I can't believe it. I don't know if there's anything else on here. Dadgummit. It was really funny though, because he was doing like this whole sing-songy voice. Let me see if I can find it on here. No, that's the wrong one. Dadgummit. Oh, well, that's okay. So let's go on to the next one. So this is a little bit more like, we're going to get into the funnier stuff here in a second. But I just kind of wanted to talk about, we need to be educated too on what's going on. All the weird shit aside, I'm in a blue state on the West Coast, so I'm sure I'd get reactions. Yeah, you probably would. And I know where you probably live. And we're in Arizona, and we have turned really purple, unfortunately. So I could get, but I'm telling you, it was, like I said, it was really strange. One that Carrie Lake lost when she ran out here, because we are, I thought, more of a red state, and we used to be. And even when Trump was running, the amount of like Trump supporters on the side of the road with signs and just people, I mean, it was everywhere. I hardly ever saw anybody, supporting Biden the way that they supported Trump. It was ridiculous. And then for, the election to come out the way that it did was rather confusing based upon what I've seen here in my state. The fact that our state really turned purple is questionable. I'm in Washington, so I could get jumped. Yeah, well, be careful. Listen, there you go. I put on my hoops for you. I legit put my hoops on for you today, just so you know. I was not wearing them. I wasn't planning on it, but you told me in Circle of Jerks last night that I best be putting on my hoops, and I did. So thank you for showing up. I do appreciate you. I knew if I put your hoops on, and he shall come. We have not turned purple. They're still counting the fraudulent votes. I really hope so. I really freaking hope so. I mean, oh my God, that is just such a hot mess out here. It is such a hot mess. And if you are voting for Biden again, you can see yourself out, sir. Oh, well, it wasn't exactly up and up with Carrie Lake. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was so weird out here. It was very, very bizarre. Very bizarre with her voting and the counting of her votes and all of that. He has the best people's interests at heart. Yeah, and he loves to smell them too. So, I mean, if that's what you want, then listen, I'll support you, Nas, because you're one of the best comment whores around, you and Jana. Oh, and Subtle Deviancy's pretty good too. So I knew that they summoned you. I knew it. I put them on and I said, because last week I didn't have them on and you didn't show up until the end of the show. And so I figured, put on the hoops and he shall come. And thank you very much. I appreciate you. Joke's on you, Nas. The original Biden is dead. We executed him at Gitmo a long time ago. Hopefully. I mean, he looks dead anyway, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Vote for Biden again. Who did it the first time? I want names. I want names too. I do too. And I don't want to associate with them. It's really interesting, though. I do say this all the time. I would love to sit down with somebody who, actually, there's somebody on TikTok. I talk about him on here quite often, Conservative Ant. And he did, I kind of found him late in the game. And so people were like questioning if he's an actor, what he's really about. And he's an openly gay guy who lives in Florida, who is a huge Trump supporter, huge conservative, who wants to protect our kids, has no kids himself, no desire to have kids, but always protects our kids. And, when he introduced himself, I didn't realize he voted for Biden twice. So I would love to like sit down with him or somebody who wouldn't be an asshole about it and just ask what made you want to vote for, or no, I'm sorry, he voted for Obama. I apologize. He was an Obama supporter. So I would like to see what he thought about Obama, and then maybe moving forward, find out, from people who voted for Biden, who actually think he's doing a good job right now. I really, really want to hear what they have to say and why they support him. I'm genuinely interested. When I was in Germany, we could tell which girls like black guys by whether or not they wore hoop earrings. I could see that for sure. For sure. I can't go as big as some broads because I just will get shit caught in it and rip my earlobe right out. It'll be a whole hot mess. Damn, I wanted to move down to Arizona. Heard y'all got a lot of cryptids around there. Yeah, we do. You can tell he's on a wild drug cocktail just to keep him moving. Look how dilated and black his eyes are. I know, for sure. I've got some videos of him too. We're going to talk about good old Biden in a minute. If you need names for Biden votes, just go to your local cemetery or local border crossing. They should get That's true. That's very true, Meatball. Very true. Hi, Andrew. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. There was a lot of voting for Biden twice in 2020. Exactly. There was so much proven BS too about all of the people who were dead that, voted as well, which was really, really weird. We had a lot of weird shit out here in Arizona. He let the border crisis unfold to fluff up the human trafficking industry. I'm telling you guys, there's so much shitty stuff that went down. And look how hard they had to work just to get this old man in office. I mean, they had to go to great lengths. I'm just saying, I'm not going to go into great detail, but there was a lot of stuff that just happened to come out to keep people at home, make you vote by mail, all of that stuff. Just saying without saying, because I'm not getting my damn stream taken down again. Speaking of creepy, this was really a fun video right here. I'm going to share this with you guys. So listen, I don't know how y'all feel about the Republican Party and who is running, but I did catch some of the presidential debate after Trump did his speech. I did watch Trump first because he's more interesting, and I just wanted to see what he had to say. And I think that's the reason why there are, I should look up, you know what? I should look this up really quick. Hold on a second. I'm going to look up one thing here. I want to see real quick how many, let's see. So Tucker Carlson's interview with Trump. Ready? 17.7 million views. 17.7 million views on his interview. That is tremendous right there. 17.7 million views. I don't think that the presidential election, whatever the hell they call that, race debate shit, even had that. I'd have to look up the numbers, but that is impressive. Absolutely impressive. I don't get how Chris Christie can be a nominee when he can't even run. Legit. Absolutely legit. Maybe he did win a pie eating contest though. Might be. I'm not a Republican, have never been much of a Trump fan, but I don't like the obvious fraud and dirty dealing that occurred. And I appreciate that too. I don't like that either. It's interesting when you look at the bigger picture. Are they so afraid of this person? And I don't know what he did that was so terrible when he was our president. I mean, I would love to hear what people thought was so awful when he was president, other than he said things that might hurt people's feelings. I want to know what he did with the country as far as running the country, laws and things he put into effect. I want to know what was so harmful when he was president. I want to know what people are so afraid of that they're going to such great lengths to try to prevent him from running again. And the fact that whatever you think about the last election did not seem legit. It did seem like there was a lot of weird stuff. But in my opinion, it seems like certain people went to great lengths to make sure he wasn't president again. So why are we doing that? Why are we so afraid of having somebody like Trump in office? I'm just curious. If calories counted as votes, he'd win by a landslide. Absolutely. Chris Christie would be front runner all the way. He is when he speaks, though, he gets a lot of white stuff in the corner. It's gross. Don't forget Biden's daughter's diary that was authenticated. Dude showered with her when she was a teen. Listen, I know, but we're okay with all that. We keep shifting everything around. He's got stuff with his daughter. Hunter Biden's a hot mess. But yet we're focused. There's a lot of things that have come out too about Biden. And I was watching something with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Is that her name? And she was talking about how they were looking into stuff with Biden and looking at he's on the suspicious list, they were saying, and that not many people are on there, and he was like on there 20 times or something. So I'm just saying there's a lot of weird stuff that they're trying to cover up, of course, because they're so afraid of Trump running. I just don't get it. Regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, you really have to, like Mike said, you really have to just question everything that's going on, regardless of he pushed okay. Yeah, people are saying that he did do that. Yeah, that's true. And I'm not okay with that either, because I was really against that. And I don't know what his agenda was to push that, because I don't know. I don't know. I think the reason why he decided to push it was because he wanted to make a difference. And I think maybe at the time he thought that pushing the jab was the best interest for the country at the time, or he just wanted that on his mark. Like he wanted to leave his mark before he left by, I was the first president to get that pushed, no pun intended, and get that out there. And I wonder now how he feels about it. I think he's spoken on it, but I wonder if he regrets being so forceful with it now. But you're right. He was the one that did push that. I forgot about that. Trump is a far better choice, but he did do a few things that I strongly dislike. The Saudi arms deal was a big one. Okay, I'm not familiar with all that, but you know what? There you go. That's a legitimate reason. You're not just going, oh, because he hurts people's feelings. It's like, grow a backbone. Sometimes we need people to be a little bit in our face and tell us how it's going to be, because this whole generation is all about, oh, it's okay, feelings. You can have whatever pronouns you want, you can have whatever, it could be whatever gender you want, it's okay, blah, 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 blah. You're right. So this is it. Bring back mean tweets and $1.87 for gas. Absolutely. Cannoli was talking to my daughter this morning, and it was so funny because he was showing her, we like to watch like videos in 4K of other countries, and just like people walking through the streets. They'll do like these walkthroughs of these streets, and just showing them, all the beauty of the countries and all of that stuff, and just how things have really changed here in America, and how we just don't take care of our country. It's dirty, a lot of homeless, a lot of this, and just how everything is going up, like the interest rates going up again. And he was telling her, he's like, if we looked back at our receipts from a few years ago for groceries and bills and stuff, it has just doubled. I mean, it is so expensive just to survive. So listen, I'm all for mean tweets if that means that stuff's going to go back down. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to survive in America. But it's the best country, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I really wish that it was a little bit more affordable to survive here. And Mike said he did push the jet. Oh, as Mike said, yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that. He really did. See, I'll have to look into all that stuff too, because all of that stuff I wasn't 100% educated in. So, but this is all very helpful stuff. See, you guys have legitimate gripes, and I can appreciate that, because he's not going to do everything correctly all the time. Hi, Blair. How are you? Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. I only call myself a conservative. Republican doesn't mean much as a political parties inherently suck. That's true too. They do. I mean, both sides suck in a certain way. I mean, I just wish that that people were for the people and not for themselves. Hi, aloha. Thank you for coming by from Hawaii. I hope you are still doing well over there, away from all the fires. Cannoli's over here taking all his supplements right now like an old man. I'm watching him. All of his supplements are right here on his desk, and he's just taking his pills. It's cute. I like that he takes care of himself. Those little supplements, his vitamin C. Anyway, he is indeed the lesser of two evils, though. He is, and I feel like I educated myself several years ago, because I needed to figure out, I used to be really liberal too. I used to be like, oh, everybody deserves a chance. Let's take care of everybody. I was a lot more sympathetic, until you see all this other garbage and BS going on. I'm not. I want tighter borders, and I want tighter everything. I want it to be harder for people to live off of the government, because there are people who technically or truly need help and government assistance. However, they can't get it because it's going to maybe people who don't deserve it. So I think that we need to redo our government assistance as well. And also, like I talk about all the time, mental health, mental health. Hi, Glenn. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate seeing you as always. He fell for the lie like a lot of people did. Yeah, I think so too. I think Trump really thought he was doing something well. I think he's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a difference here, and I'm going to try to take care of the American people before I go. And I just don't think it was in his best interest, because I think maybe after the fact, anything that comes out too quick like that to push on the American people scares the shit out of me. So being in his position, being in the epidemic that we were in at the time, I'm not really sure how I would have handled it either. I personally didn't get it. What do you need, sir? Oh, which ones? These? Oh, sorry, sir. I get in the way on Sundays when I stream. Cannoli likes to play his games and do stuff, so I'm bothering him anyway. I love him anyway. So I didn't choose to get it, nor did my husband, Mr. Cannoli. Little Cannoli didn't get it. My in-laws did, and they only did the one. And I think they felt pressured into it because they are of a certain age, and they scared the shit out of you. The government scared the shit out of you. And, so I think a lot of different people had different views on it. And I never, begrudged anybody for doing it. A lot of people with health issues felt like it was going to protect them. And I'm okay with that. But it was very, very scary. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was scared to death of it. So have y'all heard anything about Trump getting Pfizer campaign donations? No, I did not hear about that. But listen, nothing surprises me anymore. But he doesn't need donations. I mean, he's a gajillionaire. I didn't think somebody with that type of money got donations. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't know that was a thing. Hi, Stephen. How are you? Fruits and vegetables. Trump is a prison yard card game for sure. Yeah, I'm telling you, I gotta get myself a Trump shirt though. I don't know to what capacity if I want his mugshot, but dude, he is the boss of all bosses, coming back to Twitter with his by posting his prison photo. What is it called? Oh, God, out of it. I have pretty much the same sentiments, boss. He has aspects I don't like and others I do. But I don't think you're ever going to fully agree with any sort of president. I just think that's the way it is. I think that we're just going to be, we're not going to like everything. There's no perfect candidate at all. So I'm not sure. Hi, Hunty. Look at you showing up twice in one weekend. I appreciate you. I hope things are getting better for you. Thank you very much for coming by. I wish that Ron Paul would have become president back in the day. He was the most sane candidate we had in debates. I remember Fox News cutting him off repeatedly. Interesting. See, like I said, I got into the politics game late, so I'm not really familiar. But I do hear a lot of people still like him, and to this day, he still has a lot of good takes on stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Gas is $5.60 in California. Get the hell out of here. Well, I want to say it's probably $4.99 here in Arizona. It's not much better. I mean, I have to get gas probably in the next couple of days, so I'll check it out again. I get gas like once a week. But I just get gas. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I look and I'm like, okay, that sucks. And I get it. And, I'm paying probably $20 more for a tank of gas than I was. So, oh, hi, Squeaka. How are you? Thank you for coming by. I don't think the president has as much power on gas prices and consumer good prices as we think, but I'm still researching these things. You know what? That's the thing, too, that we have to remember. I know, I'll look. Sorry, I heard Cannoli laughing in the background, and I think it's Meatball's comment, so I'm going to get to it. But I think you're right, Squeaka. I think also the presidents don't have as much control over a lot of stuff. They have to pass stuff through so many different people, and they can't just make all these decisions by themselves. I just wonder why it is how did Trump keep gas prices so in control, but yet Biden can't? I'm wondering what the difference is, and you're right. You have to research that because there might be a third party part of it that hinders all this, and it might just be coincidental. I don't know, but I just feel like the economy at the time that Trump was president was a lot more livable for us. Interest rates weren't where they are now. Gas prices were manageable. Food prices were still good. I just feel like things have gone out of control, and I'm actually very curious. So if you do find it out, DM me and let me know, because I'm very curious as to why things are the way they are now versus when Trump was president. I think his most fatal mistake was filling his cabinet with snakes. Listen, it's hard to trust anybody, to be honest. Here's what we were laughing about. When are we doing the violent overthrow of the government, asking for a friend? Next Sunday at noon, when you and I get together. Okay, so I actually have that on the docket here. So you know what? Good segue, Jessica. Good segue. So this right here is really disturbing. We're going to talk about that. There is a ton of kids missing in Hawaii, and I don't know why. First of all, the hawaiifires are suspicious, in my opinion. There has been all this different, conspiracy theories. People have said that they saw lasers shooting from the sky, starting the fires. I don't know. This is all YouTube. This is all speculation. Don't ding me. I'm just saying. So let's watch this real quick and see that this really was weird. This whole situation here with the fires. If I hit that button one more time, I'm going to fire myself. All right. This is the video in question. This is what everybody was talking about too. This was weird. All right, let's watch this, kids.
Yes, you do. How many children are missing?
I knew the answer to that. I would be happy to answer that.
You have no estimate as to how many children are missing?
I guess
Nothing?
we can end this right now if you guys want.
Sorry, this is one of the biggest questions that the people of Lahaina have, but you don't want to answer.
It always takes one or two to ruin it for everybody.
Please, this
That's
is
what
our
happens.
first, this is our only
Well, we
opportunity
could say
to
that about you. You ruined it for
End
everyone.
it shortly.
You're welcome to say it. You're the media. You can say whatever you want.
You're a disaster.
All right. Okay.
You've been the worst mayor we could possibly imagine.
You won't even wait.
Respect what? This is the most dismal response we
You
ever had.
won't wait for your turn. You want to shout over these guys that are legit.
Yeah, he didn't even know how to answer that question. And then that brings me to this other article right here. This was posted yesterday. Hang on. This was posted yesterday. Let's go ahead and share this tab instead. The number of children has finally been released. They say this was yesterday, and they're saying that it's 104 kids. I don't understand though. Why are there a bunch of kids missing? 104. Why? I don't understand. Like, I need more information on this. Okay, what did that just say? 104 is the total number of families who submitted DNA to identify missing children. Why is it the children missing and not families? Like, did a school catch on fire? I don't understand this. But 104. This is really awful. 104 kids. I don't. Unofficial reports have been much higher. Whatever the case is a horrific tragedy. I don't understand what is going on with these kids, and why is it just kids? I'm telling you guys, I don't believe anything anymore. It scares the crap out of me. No one is going to do everything right. To be honest, he wouldn't be human if he. Absolutely, that's true. I know, I get it, and it's totally fine. Politicians hide behind their party, strip those away, and politics could be a very different ball game. Yeah, I agree. I think it could be much better. I've always been an independent. The two-party system is an illusion, a farce where most of both sides work together. You're absolutely right. That's what we talked about. We talk about that all the time, how everybody's in bed with each other. They really are. You don't know who to trust. And it's all on the surface. Like, everybody just says what they're going to do. Do they really do it? I don't know. But there's something comforting, and I know that sounds really weird, about when Trump seems like he knows what he's doing and he seems coherent, unlike Speaking of here's what I want to bring this up really quick, and then we'll get to more comments. Oh, did we play? We didn't play the DeSantis cringe thing. We'll go back to that. That was really, here you go. So this is our president right now. This is our president, and this is what concerns me. So you have all of these people that have lost everything. And Biden decides to go to Hawaii and offer his sympathy, and he decides to talk about losing his cat and his Corvette in a small kitchen fire that he had. This is how he relates to the people. He goes, I sympathize with what you're going through. I almost lost my cat, my Corvette, in a small kitchen fire in his home nearly 2 decades ago. I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, to what it's like to lose a home years ago, now 15 years ago. I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday. A lightning struck our home on a little lake that's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning ducts. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. At the time, it was said to be a small fire that was contained to the kitchen. Hearing you talk about your house, that you had a little fire, you almost lost your house, your Corvette. There were children that were incinerated to ash, you fucking old man, you vile human being, one man said in a viral video. I mean, come on, you guys, he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. He's not, I'm telling you, he's just a puppet, which I know a lot of them are, but he's just so senile. He's an old man that should just be sitting on his rocking chair, sniffing his grandchildren. Judge me if you must, but I haven't voted since Clinton. A lot of people haven't, and I hope you're not talking about Hillary. While he did push the jab, we need to keep in mind that it was early on at the advice of nearly all medical organizations, and the main route to yes, Josh is right. This is kind of what I was saying. He didn't know too much. He was probably advised by that stupid F-word doctor. I don't want to say too many things to get my stream taken down, but the Fauci, who was at his side, telling him, and who you have to believe somebody. You're getting medical advice from the top doctors. They're in your cabinet. You support them. You do what you think is best for the country. And he really just wanted to get America going again. So I don't fault him. I want to say that if the circumstances were different and we had more research on the pros and cons of the jab, he might have gone in a different direction, but I feel like, Josh, you're absolutely right. His hands were tied. And I just think that, unfortunately, he did what he thought was best at the time. And you know what? There's a lot of people that benefited from it. I think I know some people that have, pretty hardcore medical conditions that it might have helped them stay safe. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just have also seen the other sides of it. And so you just have to whatever works for you is fine. But it's hard. It's hard. There was a study done by Indian scientists who discovered that the commie cough had a lot of similarities to HIV. Fauci was involved in both. It's interesting. It is very interesting. I just don't know who to trust anymore. You do your own research and you make your own educated decision of what's best for you and not what everybody else is doing. It was a test run to see how reactionary the public would be, and if it worked out almost perfectly, people gave up their freedom at the speed of light. They did. And I really hope I don't see that again. I really hope we act differently, because they say it's coming again. What is going on with this tank top? It's on my last nerve. Well, hello, lady. Listen, anytime you want to show up, you're a busy lady. You're a busy, busy lady. Here is my thumbnail better half, my guru, the one who helps me through it. She's so patient. This is a wonderful woman right here, super patient. If I recall correctly, during the 2016 race, President Trump did not accept coordinate donations, only individual corporate donations. That does sound right, because I don't think he would need any corporate. I mean, individual, I don't even think he needs that, but I know there's probably like endorsements. What is the difference between a donation and an endorsement? Donation, I know you donate to the running, like to help him run. But if he doesn't need the money, I wonder what the benefit is for something like that when they're so rich already. And now Biden is pushing to develop another Fauci ouchie for the plebs. I know, I'm telling you guys, I'm kind of scared about it. Not scared about it, but I just don't want to see us go down the same route as we did before. I don't want to see masking up. Like I work in healthcare, and we had to wear them 10 hours a day. And I just, it was so interesting because there's so many different, perspectives scientifically from different people who study all of these different things. I saw a lady on TikTok that was talking about, if a mask was beneficial or not, and her opinion was very, very interesting. And she was talking about it from a scientific background, and it was very interesting. I see the words properly on the hat, so her hat reads, "Oh, Anoli Asquatch." Oh, I know. I can't see the words properly. It looks like Anoli Asquatch. Yeah, there's a C and an S there. See, I wore the other one today. Maybe I should change them. Well, there you go. That's about right. It's about right. Yes, to Ron Paul. I've read every book that man has written. I watch his podcast. He would have been great for us. And okay, fair enough. Like I said, I did hear a lot of good, and I still have good things about him. So I would, I'd like to get to know about his stuff a little bit more. Don't let campaign donations fool you. Pfizer can donate even if Trump doesn't need it, perhaps just to contaminate the conversation. That does make sense too, because then they can say he took it. You have to accept all donations, right? Or can you say no thank you? I don't know how all that works. Josh, I love Ron. Rand is decent, but not as based. Yeah. Let's see. Biden sold most of our oil reserves, which inflated the gas prices. You're right. And then didn't he also close down some sort of pipeline and put a bunch of people out of work like right after he took office? That really pissed me off too. I want to say he did that, and that affected the gas prices too, if I'm not mistaken. Production cuts in the Middle East, canceled projects in the West, huge demand for EV. Yep. Yeah, you're right. I'm starting to regain my memories from what happened. Biden has intentionally affected gas prices. He canceled development of the the Keystone Pipeline on his first day. That's exactly, that's what I was trying to say. It was the pipeline. That really bothered me too, because it put a lot of people out of work. I mean, the everyday working man, it put them out of work, and that really bothered me. I did not like that we did that at all. It was not okay. To be fair, Gord, I doubt Biden even knows what year it is. Whatever cowboy behind him is making. Yeah, I that's true. He is a puppet. He really is a puppet for sure. But it's like they got to get a puppet that is a little bit more coherent, in my opinion. Oh, let's see. We're just scrolling through all the comments. Let's see. Fire happened on the last day of break before school started. Oh, okay. So where were all those kids though that got hit? Oh, were they on the beaches and stuff? I got to educate myself more on that. Science fiction can easily turn into science facts, scary shit, for sure. Someone on YouTube sent up a drone the other day showing the damage from the fire, and within 15 minutes, the FBI came to his house and took down the footage. He is right. And there was also an article. Thank you for bringing up this, sir. There was another article that I read that they were doing a news media blackout of any reporting of the fires the other day. So I'm telling you guys, why can't we have media coverage on this? There's something fishy going on, that all these fires were started, in what capacity, how they were started. There's a lot of weird rumors. Oprah Winfrey bought up a bunch of land, and none of her land was touched. All of the rich people, they say all of their houses have been protected. So only certain parts have been hit with this, but this is right. It is very, very interesting that they are trying to guard any sort of, I mean, if you I watch the news every morning just to have on while I'm getting ready for work, and I have not really seen a whole lot of news media on this, nor are we seeing. Twitter is a big news source for us because we're on it all the time. I haven't seen anything there either, other than the things that, that video I just showed you. But it's interesting. Many more adults are still missing, but they are calling out the missing children as it's more emotionally effective. Yeah, that does make sense too. I would be curious to see the total number, but I mean, there's just so much devastation over there. And I if somebody in the chat knows how much there's been word like he threw like $700 at them. I'm pretty sure that that's not true. I don't know what was going around, but all the money that we've sent to Ukraine, can we not help Hawaii? I mean, I don't understand. Like, why aren't we helping them out? Have we helped them out? I haven't seen too much, but I just want to see who is buying up the land in Lahaina after that disaster. Well, that's the whole thing. There's a whole conspiracy around what's going to happen to that land afterwards. And somebody was telling me that they're trying to destroy other parts of like California and stuff, to destroy it, rip it down and build it back up. And there is a whole reason behind it. And I don't know if it has to do with making things unaffordable. I don't know. I've got to look into that. But it was a really interesting take on, the thought process behind destroying what we already have and then redoing it. I think it might have something to do with, in Hawaii, Cannoli had told me that they wanted to go greener. And so what if destroying all of this and then rebuilding everything from a greener standpoint is their agenda? And if you read today, and like I said, I'm just talking off the cuff. I haven't done research on this, but something came out today. I think it was on the Daily Wire that Biden wants to do away with ceiling fans. Now, I can only mention that might be in like new build homes. We live in Arizona. You need ceiling fans. Okay. It's ridiculous. I mean, we have a ceiling fan in every bedroom. I have a fan right here. Cannoli has a fan in front of him. The kid has two in her room. I mean, not ceiling fans. You need standing fans too, but he wants to get rid of fans. He wants to get rid of water heaters. It's just the gas. What? No, is it? Gas burning stoves. So I don't know if that's their agenda, because if you destroy something and have to build it all back up, to me that sounds more harmful for our planet than it would be just kind of dealing with what we have. But they're going to destroy everything. Now, okay, let me ask you this. You want to destroy everything in Hawaii, okay? So you destroy everything, you cause ash, you cause all of that pollution in the air just to be greener. Doesn't that ash go into the ocean? Doesn't it hurt the ocean? Like, how are you going to clean up this area without hurting the planet even more, only to rebuild it from a greener standpoint? Like, is it worth taking this environmental hit to make it what they think is better on the back end? I don't know. I don't know what their agenda is, but there always is an agenda there. Always. I don't mean to be callous or creepy, but if an energy weapon was used, kids have less water and a smaller body, and energy transmission sizes relative to reception. All right. Interesting. Politicians shouldn't be able to make millions of dollars. I agree with that too. I do. I don't understand why they get paid so much like that either. He kept his Corvette in the kitchen. Must have been a big kitchen. I guess so. He's such an idiot. I'm sorry. He didn't want to say lake because that would make him sound too rich. You know what? That's true. I think you're right. I think it did make him sound too rich. I mean, hi, Dempsey. How are you? Thank you for coming to hang out with us. I appreciate you. So it looks like Cannoli and Nas are flirting in the chat. All right. The other day, I lit a match and burned my finger just like Maui. Well, you know what? My condolences, and I'm glad that you're able to kind of feel for the people of Hawaii. So good for you for suffering along with them. Didn't Biden actually lose family? That'd be more relatable. He didn't lose anything. Oh, he did. Wait a minute. You're right. Isn't there like a car crash? Is that the president that lost his kids, kids and his ex-wife? I don't remember. Anyway, you're right. That probably would have been more relatable. Absolutely. Good point. After the way he bottled the AIDS crisis, we shouldn't have trusted him looking back in hindsight. I think you're having a conversation with someone else. Let's see. If we were to change one thing about how our government works, it would be Congress. Everyone complains about no term limits. I'm concerned that their terms are only 2 years. I agree. I think we need to button it up a little bit. I think we also need to lower the age, not lower the age, lower, like you can only be, I don't know, 75, a max of 75 to run. Like it's ridiculous. I mean, I just feel like there's a certain age when, you know, you start to lose certain things and your brain could be one of them. That means we roughly get 1 year of work and 1 year of them campaigning. Yeah, that's true. I don't like that either. I think you're right. There are a lot of corporate donations to both parties. It's Googleable. Yeah, I should look into that. Politicians can reject donations. Okay, that's true. I agree. I like RFK Jr. except for his anti-gun stance, which I can see why he feels that way given his family history. Yeah, that's true. I do agree. You know what? There's I actually was watching, you know, like I said, the debates, and Ramaswamy, I think, and he's the Indian gentleman. I like what he has to say the most. I really do. I think that he's got a lot to offer. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. He seems like he had the best way of delivering the information, in my opinion. He's easy to listen to. He's very educated. What he says makes sense. I don't feel like he runs in a bunch of circles like some of the other candidates. And also, just so you guys, if you guys need a reminder, right here, this is some cringe for you. I'm sure you've seen it, but here's some. Here you go. If you guys need any, okay, so here's the thing. After you know, the big C, a lot of people, there were some countries where they were actually teaching you how to smile again, because wearing the mask for so long, you didn't have to smile. So they actually did give smiling lessons. I forget what country. I swear to God, it was like Japan or China or something weird like that. Anyway, they were giving lessons on how to smile. No joke. That's a true story. So here, if you guys forgot how to smile, he's gonna teach you right here. Ready?
And I will not let you down. And I will not let you down.
There you go. So that's how you smile, you guys. If you forgot how to smile, Ron DeSantis will remind you. That is how we smile now. But, oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. There's a lot of... Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I should get a crown. Start wearing that. Oprah got a lot of heat after Sound of Freedom, and for good reason. She has some sketchy organizations involving kids. I know, I heard about that too. And then also she's buying up all this land in Hawaii too. And then there's missing children. I don't know. I'm just saying, anyone still fleeing their fires should head to Oprah's. Exactly, because hers is protected. Hers is absolutely protected. Spend less by sending less to other countries. We are 32 trillion in debt. There's no more money. I agree. I don't understand it. I just don't understand how that works. I'm not pro-Russia, but I understand why we reacted the way they did. Our government backed them into a corner and knew this would be a result. Got to feed the military industrial complex. Yep. Unfortunately. Oh, well, everyone, our leader has shown up. Everyone take a moment, bow to our leader. Ken of the Phoenix, sheeps in the chat for our leader. Hello, sir. DM me and tell me where I should go, as I'm here to follow. And great Circle of Jerks last night. You guys had me giggling out loud. It was very comical. Really good stuff. I couldn't make it to the end. I did pass out. I was tired. Oh, there we go. Sheeps in the chat. Sheeps in the chat. The torch land makes it worth a fraction of what it was before. BlackRock. Oh, see, that's the thing. That's what I thought. They can buy it cheap and then they can rebuild the way they want to, greener. I'm telling you, there's an agenda here, man. It just is weird. It's just weird. It doesn't sit right with me. Hillary Clinton is probably stoked that they are at war and we're supporting it. Probably. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. Ugh. Hawaii versus Ukraine. Hawaii will already receive specific funding and support since it's a state. Ukraine, keep in mind, they're essentially fighting an enemy for us, also uploading weapons we won't use. Good point. See, that's stuff that I don't realize. So I appreciate the education. It makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yes, flaccid, you sexy beast. It's a volcano. Fire and ash happen naturally there. Yeah, I know. It's just so much of it. I guess so. I just don't like it. Oh, hello. You're new here. Low spec. I can't say that word. I'm sorry. Laptop. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you. Everything the mainstream calls green is the furthest from it. Yeah, I agree with you. I just think I just don't understand any of this. Environmental aspect is a facade. It definitely is. It definitely is. Oh, you guys are all up in the comments. I love it. Green energy is as green as Black Lives Matter. It's about Black Lives Mattering. It's just fancy dress up words to make their stuff more palatable. I agree. Oh, there you go. His son died and Hunter banged his widow. Yeah, no, that's right. But then I also thought that they were in a car crash and he lost I thought his former wife, or maybe I'm wrong about that. But yes, I do remember that. About the volcanic islands of Hawaii. Volcanoes produce huge amounts of electromagnetic energy just being volcanoes. Do your own research. Do a quick search of lithium mines and see how green it is, not to mention the other materials in green batteries. I know, that's the thing, you guys. And it was interesting because I did appreciate Trump's little play on, he said electric cars are great. They're great in the first hour. You have it charged up, you drive an hour, and then you start to panic. How much longer do I have energy? Is there going to be a charge station where I'm going? I mean, look at California. Their grid can't even handle all the electric cars. So I kind of feel like electric cars are actually hurting our planet worse. And I don't feel like they're as realistic as people think. But it was interesting to hear him say that because he's right. He's like, they're great for the first hour. And then you start to panic because you're like, you have to make sure there's a charging station everywhere you go. And I don't know how long some electric cars run. And I think they're fine if you want them. I'm not against them. But they're not for everyone. There you go. They're just not for everybody. They really aren't. Biden's first wife and daughter died in a car crash. His old. There you go. That's right. No, I do remember his first wife and daughter. See, why couldn't he? You're right. He should have used that. Now, I get that it's not a fire, but you did lose 3 family members, which is traumatic in any capacity. And so therefore you can understand the feeling of losing a family member. So you're right. Why couldn't we just do that? That just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, I went too high. Hold on a second. There we go. We need to go full Starship Troopers. Only certain people should be able to vote or have kids. You know what? I agree. Not everybody should be able to do it. We have too much freedom here. Too much freedom here. I never trusted DeSantis. You know what, though? I think he really screwed up. I really think he screwed up. I think he was great for Florida. I think he did great things during, during the lockdown. He did stand his ground. He did get his state up and running. He did great things over there. And I give him props for that. However, I think going against Trump right now is it not in his best interest. I think he should have supported Trump for right now, back Trump for the next 4 years. And then when Trump was done, DeSantis get in the race, Trump back him. And I think DeSantis would have had a better shot if he would have just stayed on the right side of Trump. I really think it would have benefited him if he would have just done it that way. I think his time would have been in 4 years. But unfortunately, he just didn't feel that way. The only heat Oprah didn't get was from the fires. Exactly. On sending money abroad, would you withdraw cash on your 30% credit card to donate to a foreign charity? That's what our governments are doing. I don't know who's running this stuff. Funny how much shit foreign countries talk about us, but they sure love our money 110%. It is so hypocritical. So hypocritical. Oh, hello, R2. Thank you. I hope you're staying cool out there while doing your yard work. I want to say it's humid where you are. It's gross here too. I can't. Let's see. What is it? Oh, it's 106 right now, it says, and sunny, but it's supposed to go back up to like 110 this week. I'm so over the heat here in Arizona. It's awful. I can't. I'm over it. But thank you for supporting while you're doing yard work. I really appreciate that. And the sad part about our role in the Ukraine-Russian war is that Ukraine is more communist and corrupt government than Russia. I know. It's true. Kids are slaving away by dying to provide us smartphone batteries. It's fucked up. I know it really is. I can't think too much about it because then it'll make me crazy. It's kind of like, why I don't eat meat. I can't think about too much. Like I still eat cheese, and I know that they still don't treat those cows well. It's this. I know it's hypocritical because I like don't want to hurt the cows, and I know when they do them for milk and cheese and stuff, it's still not sane or inhumane. Humane. It's not humane, but I love cheese. So I try not to think about stuff too much because if you don't, then you're never going to do anything. You can't ever do anything, buy anything, do anything because you just get in your head. It's all about money. How much money do they milk us with man-made climate BS? And those electric cars take twice as much copper, etc. I agree. Yeah. And they're unaffordable. Like who can afford a Tesla? I can't afford a Tesla. And then where am I going to plug it in? I own a townhouse. Okay. So we don't have a garage. Where am I going to plug my car in? I'm going to have to leave early. There is a charging station right around the corner from me by a Target, of course. There's a charging station over there. So it's like you have to like plan to leave early, be like, okay, I know it's like, okay, I have to stop and get gas. But how long does it take to charge your car? How long does your charge last? Where are you going? Like it's a whole thought process. There's always gas stations everywhere you go, but there's not always a place to charge your car. I've built commercial batteries. They aren't green and they're highly flammable. Sounds like a good time. Yes, the Ukraine government have literal Yahtzees and power. Russians discovered gain-of-function labs, and they were working on viruses that target specific ethnic groups. I believe that 110%. I'm telling you, it scares the crap out of me. Electric cars are more expensive overall. What do you think we use to make most electricity? Burn fossil fuels. It doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, there's just a friggin' agenda that I just don't understand. Let's talk about what we have to do with the old batteries once they get replaced. What we have to, exactly. Meanwhile, they demonetize lead acid batteries, even though most of the lead is recycled. Oh, you reached 115 yesterday? I forget where you are, dear. But yeah, that's that's hot for this time of year, wherever you are. 115 we get, but we get that like more so in July. But this week it's supposed to be up over 110 again. And it's like going into September, and that's kind of when we start getting over it. He did hire a horrible campaign team. I mean, he just doesn't look like he's got it going together at all. I'm sitting at 108 in Texas. Oy. Gord King leans back, 81 in Kentucky. Good for you. Congratulations. Oh, that's right. Texas. Okay. You and Jacob both in Texas. Yeah. That's why I feel so bad for AJ when he does his show out of his garage on Saturday mornings. It's friggin' hot. But Texas is getting their ass handed to them too. For sure. All right. So let's see. I've got some other fun. Oh, you guys, here. I want to talk about something really quick. Oh, let's see. I would say I would be a sweaty mess, unable to function properly at much more than 90-degree Fahrenheit. Glad we Brits almost never get more of that. Yes, I am glad that you don't. It is not fun at all. So there's this new thing that they're talking about. It's called womenface. Okay. Is the most offensive example. Oh, is this the most offensive example of womenface yet? So let me just give you a little background of what womanface is. You know, we have blackface, we have whiteface, but now we have, let's see. So what's with all the womanface being thrown around in 2023? Even if you don't know what the term means, you've probably seen it in action. Confused men who think of themselves as women and in turn don exaggerated traditional female attire and behave like women in an over-the-top manner. To those outside the LGBTQ plus rainbow mafia, it's entirely offensive and no more acceptable than blackface. Okay, here we go. I am going to reiterate that I got, my ass handed to me on Twitter several weeks ago because I said just this, but I called them pretenders. So I guess the appropriate term, you guys, for referring to men playing dress up is called womenface. So yes, definitely womenface Is that trans leather face? Yeah, it is. I'm going to show you guys something that is so cringy right now. And this is true. So there is a Mrs. Meyer's cleaning stuff. It's like an all natural product. I'm going to show you a commercial, and people thought this was a Saturday Night Live skit, and it's not. This is legit Meyer's. So it's Meyer's Clean Day, and I've seen this. You guys have all seen this too. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen this. There's gay face as well. I'd be interested to see what a gay face is. What happened to all the interest in hybrid cars? Yeah, who the hell knows? Josh, I remember when you showed us gay face on a stream. That is hilarious. God, there's also constipated. I would much rather have all these other faces than this. It's really, really offensive. Okay, here we go. We're going to play this. Let me share this first before I press play. It's really cringy, guys. I didn't realize there was a video attached to this, and I watched this video this morning just to get ready for this, and it's bad. It's bad, you guys. All right, let's do this. Hold on. Oh, it's not playing for you guys. Hold on a second. I don't understand why it's not playing for you guys. Hold on. That's really weird. Okay, hold on. Maybe, oh, you know what? I wonder if I have to do it from here. Hold on. This is worth waiting for. Here we go. Okay, it's going to start over. Hold on. It's going to start over. So this is the end. Okay, ready? Here we go. This is an actual commercial.
My kind of cleaning day.
Here you go.
Oh, darling, ain't nothing like a little cleaning day with Mrs. Myers. She's feeling that flow of fierceness, honey, so she's using Mrs. Myers' Compassion Flower product line. And did you know that $1 from each Compassion Flower product sold up to $200K annually will help to support community garden transformations across the country? They even work with horticulturalists to develop the scent profile. We're talking pansy and viola flower realness with notes of fresh lemon. Talk about flower power, darling. Chic, community-driven, and compassionate. My kind of cleaning day.
All right, there you go.
Oh, darling.
So that's basically what did that come through? Did that come through for you guys? Let me know, because it said then share on StreamYard, but I want to make sure it came through. Because you guys are all talking about rain. I really wish we had rain. Oh, thank you. Okay, it did come through. Yeah, but that's so you did see it. Yeah, so that's called womenface. So basically there's now a new term for men dressing up as women, and that to me seems like a parody. But you're allowed to do that. That's okay. That's not offensive. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Look at you guys I know I want some rain over here too. Oh, that shut you guys up. Right? It's really awful. It makes me so sad. It really does. It's not cool. And then here's the thing too. We're going to talk about this real quick. So, how is that not considered mocking? It is considered mocking, but see, the thing is when I got asked on Twitter what my motto, Make Real Women Again, stood for, and I said that I was tired of men playing dress up and pretending to be women and pretending to have all of the different symptoms that we have and being this and having a period and all of that. I said that I was offended by that. I was offended by people like Dylan Mulvaney representing female companies instead of women who really are female, who are brave, who've had maybe cancer, have had double mastectomies, who have, beat domestic abuse. And why can't they be glamorized? Why can't they win awards? Why does it have to be transgender or people that just think that they're in the wrong body? I don't understand why. So yes, I got my ass handed to me because one, my motto sucked, and two, I called them pretenders, but now I'm going to call them womenface. So I'm really glad that I was able to get the appropriate verbiage so I didn't have to be offensive. Okay, it did come through. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I know, I will. I don't need more. It was so funny too, because this person, every time he responded to me, he retweeted what I said and put his comments so he could get all of his crew to beat up on me too. He needed to, retweet it so he could get his backup. I didn't need any backup. It was all because I said I thought it was dumb that they were making Splinter gay in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The voice was offensive. Thanks for stopping by. I've never seen you here before, but thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Let's see. I know, right? It actually is. And I never even thought of that. Like, they were the one that gave me the word. They were like, oh, he called me a bigot and a transphobe. And then he got mad at me because I didn't use the word pretender, but he said I was referring to them as pretenders. And that was as offensive as I got in our conversation. So anyone who needs a mob behind them to argue with someone is a mental midget. Well, it's really funny because I decided to go through this person's Twitter and just kind of see, like, because that's when I realized that they were retweeting what I had to say, and they were whatever. So I was going through and I actually saw a video of this person, and they are a little like young. They're probably like late teens, and think that they have all sorts of things to say, which is fine. But the funny thing is that he was making a video talking about miscommunication, or he was getting beat up for something that he said, and he needed to clarify. But yet it was okay when you came at me for a comment that I made. So anyway, he was a little twink anyway, and it was fine. And he needed all his minions behind him, and that was totally fine. I didn't care because I stood on my own 2 feet, and then I walked away after I made my point. Because you know what? I know that I shouldn't say anything back to them, but at the same time, I'm passionate about making a point, and I wanted to make my point, and then I walked away. So women who wear pants don't say they are men. So why is the opposite tolerated as womanhood? I agree. And then I'm going to talk about, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, follow me on Twitter too. I'm a fun over there too. I get into trouble a little bit, but thank you so much for supporting my channel. It means a lot. Believe me, I'm trying to make something here. So thank you so much. Trans bully. Yeah, I was miscommunication. That is a weird drag name. Oh, there you go. Mean your argument really can't stand on its own legs. Weak. Exactly. Like he needed backup. So, but so, and also here's the thing too. If you guys, this is really sad. I'm going to give you a little background here real quick. So Alice Cooper, who, I know a lot of you here are young in the chat, but he is an old rocker, lives out here in Arizona. And he's a very religious man. Okay, very religious. And I'm going to give you a little backstory on the things that this man is doing. Okay, this man right here he has 2 establishments here in Arizona that are completely free for kids. Okay, up until like 18 years of age. It's like an after school. It's like a community center, like a boys. And I figured you said weird. R2. I figured. Yeah, he does rule. And I'm going to tell you why. So this gentleman right here, even though he looks scary and he looks like he worships Satan, he is an amazing Christian man who really, really wants to help take care of our kids. Okay. So he has 2 establishments out here. They're called The Rock. And he offers all sorts of classes for kids. So he has a community center in the middle. It's got pool tables. It's got air hockey. It's got a stage. It's got TVs. It has video games. And then you walk down this room and it has a recording room. It has a room to learn drums, guitar, any musical instrument you have. It is absolutely gorgeous and it is free. It is such an amazing place. It is wonderful. Okay. It's absolutely wonderful. And too many people using certain stats to benefit their agenda. We need to educate ourselves better on these subjects. Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, Alice is a great guy. So anyway, also, so the reason why I know all of this is because my daughter, like I said, you know, she went through tough times. Like that's why I can talk about this kind of crap, because gender identity problems are a real issue. Okay. They can affect anybody. When you have people chirping in your ears about what you should be doing, it can affect you. So anyway, my daughter went there a couple of days a week. And on Friday, you know what they do? They have pizza with Jesus. That's what we call it. They order a bunch of food for the kids. This is all free, you guys. He works on donations. Yes, but this is all free. And it's an amazing establishment. So they order a bunch of pizza, and for about a half an hour, they start their meal off with a prayer, and then they talk about Jesus for about a half an hour. And I think it's beautiful. I always think it's beautiful. He's a great guy. He loves taking care of kids. And oh, is he really a DJ? Okay, I should check him out. But yeah, he's out here in Arizona, and my daughter got to meet him. And he's such a wonderful guy, really wonderful guy. I'm friends with Alice's daughter, been there to California. Oh, see, they do give so much. I love seeing that. Absolutely. So here's the thing. So he just signed a brand partnership with, and it's very fitting. So Cooper had just signed a brand deal with Vampire Cosmetics only a couple weeks ago, but it's since been canceled after the rocker spoke out against gender affirming care for minors. In an interview, Cooper was asked about other rock giants who have come out against transgenderism. I'm understanding there are cases of transgender, but I'm afraid that it's also a fad. I'm afraid there's a lot of people claiming to be this just because they want to be that. I find it wrong when you've got a 6-year-old kid who has no idea. He wants to play. He just wants to play, and you're confusing him, telling him, yeah, you're a boy, but you could be a girl if you want to be. I think that's so confusing to a kid, even if it's confusing to a teenager. He continued, you're still trying to find your identity. And yet here's the thing going on saying, yeah, but you can be anything you want. You can be a cat if you want to. I mean, if you identify as a tree. And I'm going, come on, what are we in, a Kurt Von Goot novel? I'm sure I said that wrong. I'm really sorry, friends. It's so absurd. That's gone to the point of absurdity. So there you go. He got in trouble for talking about, I wanted to just share this other screen, for talking about his true feelings on, I don't know if I can bring it up because it's on my third screen. Oh, here it is. Right here. I find it wrong when you're a 6-year-old kid who just wants to play and you're confusing him, telling him you could be a girl if you want to be. The irony here is AC dressed like a woman early in his career. That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Look at the rate of the kids that have turned trans just in the last few years. It's almost like kids are extremely, I'm telling you, I've seen it for Nas, you're 100% correct. I've seen this firsthand. That's why I feel like I can talk about it. I'm not just saying, oh, it seems bad. No, I've seen it. I've seen a young person struggle with this because what social media tells you is acceptable. Social media says if you want to fit in, if you want to belong, if you want to be a part of something, this is how you should feel. This is what you should do. And that is what bothers me. Yeah, you should. They didn't ask you, did they? They did not ask you at all. But he's exactly correct. Absolutely correct. And you know what? He doesn't need a brand endorsement. You know, he is just a God-loving man who helps kids in the right way. He helps us. He provides a safe environment for them. He does so many charity events out here to raise money for these organizations. And he's always giving, always giving. And you're right, mic drop, 110%. He's just saying what a lot of people want to say. And you know what? I swear he better not back down on his comments. I don't think he will. And I never got to talk about it because the stream I wanted to talk about it, we talked about alcohol. And then last week I never got to it either, but Neo and what he said and how he first backed down and then he said, no, F it, I'm not backing down. I don't think that you should be able to just pick your gender when you're 5 years old. I love Neil for that too. I really think we just need more people on these platforms to stand up and say that it's not okay. Sounds like the cosmetic company wanted to get publicity. You can't tell me they didn't know he was against trans. Come on. I totally agree with you there. I totally 100% agree with you. It was probably all a plan. It was probably all a plan. Trans is the new emo. It is. It is. I'm telling you guys, I've learned so much. I'm a mom of a 15-year-old girl who, unfortunately, we gave a cell phone to early on. She's been, and when you have mental health issues, being surrounded by all of these different ideas and thoughts and what you're being told to do, it's not healthy. We regret it now, but at the same time, you can't hide this from your kids. You just have to be the best parent you can be and just try to guide them and support them. Let's see. Neo didn't back down. His publisher did, and Neo doubled down. That's right. Okay. You're right. Yep. I agree. Oh, this was interesting too. You know what? I also had this on one of my docs to talk about, and I never got to it either. I thought this was pretty interesting because I've always loved Neil deGrasse Tyson. We used to watch his space show or whatever. We actually watched it with our kid, and I really enjoy him. But this comment right here is absolutely baffling to me. You're absolutely right. And I did have an article I was going to bring up that just talked about that, but that's right there the point that I was going to make. He's pro-trans and he's a scientist. But you're a scientist. It's all about the science. I don't get it. Now I'm going to transition to a woman, change my name to Amy Lee, and start a band called Evanescence. Will be better than the original because I'm bold, beautiful, and brave. There you go. Perfect. I like that, Josh. I have a 14-year-old niece that asked me if she was actually a boy because she loves dragons, as I did. I explained that she can be a girl and still like boy things, same as me. Listen, you guys, as I said before on a previous stream, I've always been extremely girly. Always been very girly. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I was, 8 to 12 years old, I had a bicycle. I used to jump dirt ramps. I used to jump bike ramps. I didn't care. I played in forts, but I was very girly at the same time. You can do both. There's no rules that you can do both. Now, the interesting thing is, and I hate to even say this, but if the tables are turned, it's weird though. Like they do question that if a boy wants to play with girly things too, sometimes they question that. But I still think if you just want to play with whatever, but I think when boys played with girl stuff, more than likely they were gay, and that's okay. Or when boys played with girl stuff, it was just chopping off Barbie's hair and Barbie's what's it called? Chopping off their heads and drawing mark all over them. Paul Stanley was another that spoke out. Yes, I do remember that too. But did Paul Stanley back up or did he backtrack or no? Because you can never keep. I know I love Evanescence. Isn't her song like if you listen to it backwards or something? One of those weird things. Neil is a fucking douche and a hack. He's been caught plagiarizing too. Really? That's interesting. I'd be curious to see because I used to really respect him and just obsess over the stuff that he said. I guess so. Like I does he think he's too smart for his own britches and that's why? I guess he's a right-wing nut. Okay. And if you're a right-wing, well, that's weird then. Because wouldn't you not be pro-trans? I don't know. It's okay to be a tomboy. That doesn't mean, oh, you're a boy for fuck's sake. I know. I agree. Cassie, who was in here earlier, she prides herself on being a tomboy, but she's still a girl. And she's like, I'm just a tomboy, but that's who she is. And we love her for it. He's all over the place. We don't know where he's at. We don't allow sissies around here. We watch manly things like professional wrestling for the plot, allegedly. There you go. I like it. I asked the niece if anyone was making her think this, and she told me it was her biological mom telling her that she can't be a girl for liking dragons. Oh boy, my Irish temper came out at that woman. Yeah, I agree with you because there is nothing wrong with. Wait. Why are dragons only for boys? Girls liked How to Train Your Dragon, that movie. And I have a coworker whose niece is very, very girly, wears dresses, love everything. She's obsessed with dinosaurs. How are dinosaurs male? Like only boys can play with dinosaurs. Oh, I was going to talk about this too. I had this on my doc too, where he immediately bent the knee. And I was really disappointed because at first I was like, oh, this is going to be great. More people coming out, supporting it. And then you're right. Almost immediately he bent the knee. I have so much more respect for people that don't bend the knee, and there always will be people supporting them. It's interesting. There's this, I don't think people on here know the show called Good Luck Charlie, but it's a Disney show. It was an old Disney show. And the mom on that show is a total like conservative nut job in a good way. And she runs her mouth all the time. And I don't think that she's gotten work since Good Luck Charlie because of it, but she don't give a fuck. She just comes out and she will tell you how it is. And you know what? When you put your beliefs in front of your career like that, and you can, I don't know what her husband does. I don't know her source of income. But I just know that she does not give a shit, and she speaks the truth like everybody else wants to speak, and she does not bend the knee at all. And I love her for it. I think it's great. Well, if I'm gay, how come I work out so much? The Todd Scrubs. I loved that show. Oh my God. I love that show. We have never taken mental health seriously in this country, and now we seem to have chosen why can't I say that word? Pacification as a form of treatment. Even worse, others seem to be identified to exploiting it. Yeah, that's the thing too. And people self-diagnose, and people can just say, I'm this, that, and the other, and they feel really cool. When you're self-diagnosing yourself and saying, oh, I have OCD, or I have ADHD, or I have social anxiety, or I have this, or I have that. It's cool now. And I've told you guys that before. My uncle in New Jersey, his daughter, when she was in high school, said that kids are self-diagnosing because it's cool. See, the dragon in Shrek was so cute. So I don't understand why it has to be just, I never would have thought dragons were gender specific, or dinosaurs. They're animals. Animals are not gender specific, in my opinion. I believe the bio mom grew up when Dungeons and Dragons was considered devil worship and whatnot. I don't know much about the lady except that I really don't like her. I don't blame you. I don't like her either. Yep, Roseanne Barr does rule. Absolutely. She's always been based, and I absolutely love her for. She never gave a shit. And you know who else didn't give a shit? And I don't know if she talked politically, but just in general, Joan Rivers never gave a shit. Rodney Dangerfield never gave a shit. Who else? Oh my God, who just died? Cannoli knows. Oh my God. I can't think of the comedian, older guy. Didn't give a shit about anything. I love when people can just say what they want to say and they don't get canceled for it because people just respect them. Norm Macdonald too. Yep. Yeah, I love the people that don't bend the knee to these people. I really do. So just in case you guys did need some help here, I do have this video that I wanted to talk about. We got to help this mom. Okay, this mom right here is really, really struggling. Hold on, let me pull this up. This mom is really struggling. Oh, George Carlin, but there was somebody else. Oh my God, Cannoli is sleeping. Okay. Oh, interesting. See, I don't put that past anybody either. Don Rickles. That's who I was talking about. Don Rickles never gave a shit either. And I loved him for it. He could say anything about any ethnicity. He was so politically incorrect, and he had everybody's respect. I never heard a bad thing about him. But that is interesting. Didn't she go in for a routine procedure and she died? I'm telling you guys, didn't his chef just die too? He drowned. Didn't Obama? I just heard this recently that Obama's chef mysteriously drowned, and he was a really good swimmer. Oh, Don Rickles was the best. Oh my God. He was hysterical and everybody loved him. Oh, Kirstie Alley? Was she right leaning too? Did she make political comments too? Because it's interesting how all these people are no longer with us. Interesting. I know. I do too. He was great. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Routine procedure. How convenient was that? See, I'm telling you guys, I sometimes wonder. The government's powerful, man. Well, anyway, if you guys needed any help in this regard, we're gonna. Oh, she was crazy, huh? But which way was she crazy? Left or right? I'm just curious if she said anything at all, because you just never know. And though they won't release info about details on that chef, I can say words. Chef fishy as heck. I know. Here's the thing. I didn't even hear about it. Like, see it on TikTok, on the news, on Twitter. Somebody who mentioned it. I think my boss mentioned it. Wait. Oh, mine are too. I'm telling you guys, nothing is black and white. Nothing is black and white. I heard some nefarious events surrounded Chris Cornell's untimely passing. Okay. We were just talking about this with Cannoli's parents the other night. Him, the lead singer from Linkin Park. There was the other guy who died right around Chris Cornell. There was a handful of them. And that is correct. They were. Who else was it? You know who I thought was a really weird suicide was Kate Spade. I really thought that was weird. If you guys don't know who she is a huge designer, purses. I don't know if she does shoes, but I'm telling you, there was somebody else, Chris Cornell, there was somebody else there. The guy from Linkin Park, Chester. If you guys remember, let me know. But she didn't give a shit later in life. I don't blame her. The chef saw someone South Park chocolatey balls. They weren't. Oh, okay. See, there you go too. That's weird. Same as Tom Cruise. He never talks about it though, which I appreciate it. Anthony Weiner, he freaked out when the Clinton. Oh yeah, that one's scary too. It's just so weird. It's I do like Patrick Bet David. Cannoli watches him all the time. It's really, really interesting. She was nice, but she was mental. She seemed a little off her rocker. I enjoyed her. Never trust a person in red shoes. Absolutely. I do not wear red shoes or with the red sole underneath. I think that's Louis Vuitton. Christian Louis. I can't even say it because I'm not fancy like that. Yeah, I know they were, but there was somebody else. Gosh, who was it? It was another rocker. Gosh darn it. I hate when I can't think of the name, but yep. I'm telling you, these people that died were onto something. They were onto something. They knew more. They were in the circle. Okay, let's see. All right, we're going to play. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Interesting. I will. That's very interesting. Sounds like it should be like the name of a book. Okay, so I would not be me if I didn't do a stream about trans. Real quick, this mom claims her 7-year-old son is trans and seeks advice on tucking swimwear so he looks feminine. We don't have to go through the whole 2 minutes of it, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea. This mom is looking for help. So maybe chat, we can send her some suggestions of how to help. So let's go ahead and play this real quick. Make sure my volume's up once again. We won't do this too much. Yes, I know. That's true too. He's been, it was the other Corey. It was the other Corey as well. There was another Corey and he had a drug overdose as well. And they were best friends. Corey Feldman and the other one, Corey Haim. I think something happened to him. Okay, that's right. I love that song. It's on my playlist. All right, let's listen to her talk. Yeah, Hunty, a 7-year-old at a pool party right now. This is happening at the moment. She needs help. So she's going onto TikTok to see if people can help her.
So I'm at the pool, and kids have goggles on and stuff. Quintina wears a bathing suit bottom that has a skirt on it, and
first of all, Fatima, what kind of? I always like to know like how they find out their trans names, but I think Fantina, Fanta, the drink. I don't know. The name is already weird.
One of the kids went under the water, and her skirt had flown up and saw that she, had junk, and said something to another kid. Like, is there something that, like, if you're a trans woman, like, is there something that you can wear that can kind of cover it up so, you look on the outside, when you're wearing certain clothes, you don't want to have a bulge, you want it to be smooth, or should I not worry about that? I don't know really how to address this issue, but any help is greatly appreciated. She's only been out for, August, about 8 months. And so this is like a learning process. We're on a waiting list for her to get gender affirming therapy. Obviously she's 7, so it's not anything except talk therapy. But that's what they said the first step was. And so
I have to say, yes, I agree, definitely. And I definitely agree. However, the only good thing I'm going to say right now is that they're doing the gender affirming counseling, because this kid, if the mom is like thinking that this kid should be a girl when it's a boy, maybe this will come out in therapy. I don't know, but yeah, it's still like, I don't know if I would even let my child go out in a girl's bathing suit, because here's the thing. You have all these friends, right? And so now your friends have seen you in 8 months change from a boy to a girl. What if you go to therapy and you're like, yeah, this is definitely not what I want. And now you have to go back to your friends and go, oh, I've decided to change my mind. I'm going to tell you right now, that is detrimental to a child. My child went through this type of thing, and she was so confused that one day she would go to school dressed as a boy, and the next day she would go to school dressed as a girl, and she was all over the place with her identity, and she lost all of her friends because her friends didn't know what to do with her. Okay. And I sympathize with all parties of that group. You don't know what to do with somebody because you don't know who they're going to be from day to day. She didn't even know who she was going to be from day to day. Okay. So yes, it's very, very harmful, because now you're creating an environment that's harmful for your child. I would say until you have that therapy and know it's exactly what you want. Now, granted, you're 7, even dressing up as a girl right now, while you're technically a boy, is very harmful, because now you're going to have these kids, judging the kid. She shouldn't worry about it as her child. 95% grow out of it and be normal if she doesn't have gender affirming care. That's my point. Exactly. I totally agree with you. And I think that it's not. Now, granted, I did let my daughter dress up like a boy, but she didn't call herself a boy. She still had the same name. She was still a girl. She just wanted to wear t-shirts and basketball shorts, and she would wear sports bras. At one point, she did want to wear a binder. That's what I'm saying, you guys. But that wasn't her. She was going through something. She was definitely going through something. So I didn't lean into it 100% because I knew that it was mentally something she was going through. And I wasn't about to take her and go to this great lengths, nor but if the tables were turned, I don't know if she was a boy, letting her dress as a girl and do all that tucking stuff. I don't know, you guys. It is the hardest. Listen, I have been through some tough shit in my life, And raising this child of mine has been the hardest, most challenging thing by far in my entire life. Because it's there, you don't know what's right. You just don't know what's right. And you're responsible for somebody else. And it is tough. It is super, super tough. I just, there was something I was going to bring up, you guys, that, nope, I already did that one. Gosh, I wish I thought I had it. There was a video, I guess what's this one right here? There was something, maybe it was on my Twitter. I should look. Oh, this real quick. Okay. So I'm going to play this real quick. This is my friend, conservative aunt, that I just love on TikTok. And then we'll start to wrap it up. We're almost at 2 hours and I have to meal prep for the week and be a wife, a mom, whatever the heck it is. So we'll kind of close out with this right here. I wanted to let you guys know. So conservative aunt, he has a cousin who is going to start college. And she was telling him about the paperwork that she has to fill out before going to college. And hold on, we'll pull it. It is made more difficult to raise children because the education and is it made more difficult? Yeah, it is. It's so much more. It's so much harder because you're up against so much other stuff out there that is brainwashing your kids. And so you have to know from a parent's standpoint, and you do know as a parent in your heart what's right for your kid. And I just knew at the end of the day, she didn't want to be a boy, but why was she feeling that way is what devastated me. I had to help her work through that. Why were we here? Why were we feeling this way? Why are we questioning who we are? But she also never knows where she belongs or where she fits in. I don't know why anyone would want to tuck. Shoving your dick and balls into your pelvic cavity, then taping it so it stays. Okay, so this is the video I was trying to find, and I don't know I don't think Vex tweeted it to me. I can look. But I want to say there was a video of this guy who was who put a video out because he did tucking and it caused like bleeding and it was awful. I don't know if Vex sent that to me or not. I can't remember, but I just remember seeing it and Vex and tucking and taping and all that stuff actually caused bleeding. And it was really, really harmful to your penile area. So, anyway, this right here is what they are making you do at college. Let me pull this up. Does it go bigger? No. Why doesn't it go bigger? Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Hit the wrong button, of course. Share screen. Okay, hopefully we can hear it, but she's off camera and here it is. She was trying to tell him what she has to do in order to go to college. Just let's see if we can hear this.
So you go to school out in Wisconsin, don't tell me where. You're starting the school year, and what is the first piece of paper that they give you? You're a junior. You're going to be a junior. What is the piece of paper that they give you the first day of school?
I'm asking our pronouns.
Why? Does the teacher ask you?
They asked her, so she had a piece of paper handed out asking her her pronouns.
Why? Is it a requirement? You have to choose pronouns.
Yes.
So it's a requirement. She's saying that you have to choose your pronouns to move forward in this class.
What does that have to do with curriculum?
It doesn't.
So do you have the option of choosing to do a home ec class, an econ class, civics class? Like an extracurricular class like that can help you for the real world?
There is some options, but there is a class added that is involved with like pronouns and kind of like the furry stuff.
There's a class that involves talking about pronouns and she said the furry stuff. She's a junior in college.
So there's a class, an elective.
Yes.
That's a furry.
It's like a club. It's a club.
Okay. What?
I love him. He definitely keeps it real on the interwebs. All your male audience clenched up. I know. I'm really sorry. I should have found it. Good thing I didn't find that video because it was a guy talking about tucking and it was really, really painful for him. We've gotten soft as a nation. We're afraid of facts because they might hurt someone's feelings. Hence why we don't want to have Trump in office because he says hurtful things sometimes. Anytime I hear tucking, I just think Silence of the Lambs, 110%, me too. It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again, not the hose. Exactly. I just retired from teaching at a university part-time. We had to declare our pronouns and request that students do the same. We could be penalized for misgendering somebody. Well, there you go. Thank you for adding that. So it's true. Why is that even a part of curriculum? That is so strange. Oh, it was a Catholic university? Holy moly, that's even worse. I'm telling you though, if they don't play these games, they get knocked for it. They don't get funding. They don't get anything. It's like these companies that went, go woke, go broke. And they did because they have to check all these boxes. They have to, hey buddy, how are you? Yes, I'm doing well. And I'm about to end the stream, but I'm always glad to see you show up. Thank you. But yes, that's the thing too. And I think that's why these companies, have to do all this stuff because they have all these boxes to check. They have, endorsements and money and all of these different things that come their way. So they have to do and say all these things, but that is really unnecessary that you have to discuss your pronouns before, getting started on education, because that's where education is now. It's all about your sexual preference and what you need to be called by. And pronouns are not what they used to be. Like pronouns were something you learned in English class, and now it's how we identify one another. So that's just sick and twisted, and I'm just about had it. So anyway, so that pretty much wraps it up for this week's Mrs. Sassy Sunday stream, episode 11. I appreciate everybody in the chat who stopped by. You guys are awesome. I'm telling you, I couldn't do the show without my chat. I say it every week, but I truly, truly mean it, because doing this solo is can be rough. We should just join in the chaos and make up the most ridiculous pronoun rules for ourselves. Well, hail, the Lord just did. His pronouns are these/nuts. Exactly. I agree. These freaks have hijacked the entire English language. They really have. And the Urban Dictionary is hysterical, like especially bundle of sticks, which I educated my mother-in-law the other day, just in case she needed to use the term. The tucking reminds me of a Seinfeld episode, one tuck, no one no tuck. Yeah, I love it. I love Seinfeld. Thanks for a great show. You are welcome. You are welcome. And you are my favorite. I'm sorry. You are my favorite, Nas. The show is better when you're here. You just make it fun. Everybody does, but you just add a little bit more. So your royal Gordoness, your majesty. That yeah, she is based. I got it under control. I make sure she knows what's up. So let's see, what plugs do we have? Oh, so tonight, I always plug Copa show, but you have Yo, It's Your Favorite Movie Show with Copa is doing a show with Jacob Ironside. I can't remember the movie, but tune in tonight, 5:00 Pacific Standard Time for that. And let's see. Oh, thank you very much, Glenn. I appreciate your support all the time. Jacob, we'll see you tonight on Copa's show. Tomorrow night. Oh, yes, take it easy. Well, Nadia, the party is ending. I'm closing the stream. But I love that. Oh, excuse me, that you stopped by. It's always a pleasure to see you. Let's see. So tomorrow night, MMM on Cannoli's channel, he is doing the second half of Lord of the Rings. So catch his stream 6:05 Pacific Standard Time as well. Next weekend, we have, let's see, following 460 on X. The Ghost in the Darkness. They're talking about the Ghost in the Darkness tonight. Here's his channel. If anybody needs Copa's channel to sub for that show on Sundays, it's a great one. I enjoy it. So stop by there tonight. And let's see. So next weekend, nothing is happening next weekend. Cannoli is taking the Monday off because it is Labor Day. And then I'm not going to be on Sunday because Filipino Meatballs Tiny Human is having a birthday party at 12 noon. So we're going to be out there. I don't know if I'm going to drop something pre-recorded. I will let you guys know. Cannoli and I might do some gaming streams. We're just not sure. So stand by our Twitter, our community pages for all of that. And I guess that's all, you guys. I really, really, really appreciate you. And I always forget to close out the show with my tagline, which should be stay sassy. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.